Good evening, everyone, and we're going to call to order the January 5th, 2015. I've been thinking about that for a couple days going, don't mess that up. So anyway, we're going to call the meeting to order, and the first item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. And our next item is Kids Kick Obesity Day 2015. And Mr. Evers, do you want to join me at the podium?
Dan. Change my mark. I better go if he's going to.
Stay down.
No, just me.
Okay. Whereas the number one cause of death in the United States is heart disease, and whereas obesity rates are rising among our youth, therefore it is important to educate them about healthy living. And whereas the Kids Kick Obesity campaign promotes and encourages exercise and healthy eating habits for young people. Now therefore, I, John Bartley, Mayor of the City of Stillwater, Oklahoma, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, January 28th, 2015, in Stillwater, Oklahoma, as Kids Kick Obesity Day, and urge all citizens to observe this day by exercising and eating healthily and encouraging others to do the same. And we have with us tonight Alex Evers, and so why don't you tell us a little bit about this campaign and how it came to be that you brought this project to us.
So I work at Stillwater Martial Arts downtown, and we do a lot with kids, and I've just been doing a lot of research on, our biggest issues, and so childhood obesity was a big one, and I do a lot with the schools already, so I've got 3 schools on board. I'm working on the other ones where they're going to be participating in this day, and all the kids are going to be counting their exercises as points, and the schools are competing, and the kids are competing to see who can get the most number of points, and kind of a healthy competition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's going to take us down to the consent docket, and we have items A through C on the consent docket. Does anyone wish to remove anything from the consent docket? Is there a motion on the consent docket?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the consent docket. And that's approved 5-0. Patty, do we have any speakers? That's going to take us down to public hearings, and we do have one public hearing to receive public comment regarding environmental review and assessment request for the 2014 CDBG Small State Cities Project. Ms. Dennison.
Good evening and happy 2015. Paula Dennison with Development Services Department. We have before you this evening a request for approval of the environmental review process for our CDBG 14 grant, which will also include our request for release of funds. Right quickly, the Hall and Lee Streets Drainage Channel project has been approved by Department of Commerce. And our environmental review found no significant impact. And with the approval tonight, we will be able to request release of funds and proceed with the project. Any questions?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Norman, do we have good notice for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will open up the public hearing, and we do not have any requests to speak in favor or against, and so we will close the public hearing. And Ms. Dennison, what is staff's recommendation?
Approve it, please.
Any question for Ms. Dennison at this point?
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and second to approve staff's recommendation.
Mayor, I'll need to do roll call.
Okay.
Mayor Bartley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Noble?
Yes.
Counselor Darlington?
Yes.
Counselor Nahara?
Yes.
Approved 5-0.
Approved 5-0.
Approved 5-0. Thank you. Okay, it's going to take us down to ordinances, and we have a very large title for first reading. Mr. Torman?
Just for a very quick background, this is the franchise renewal for Oklahoma Natural Gas to provide natural gas services for the citizens. And it would renew an existing 25-year franchise that is expiring in May of this year. What we presented to you tonight is actually just the title of the ordinance. The full ordinance would be presented to you on the 22nd, along with a resolution calling for an election on the ordinance granting the franchise for the April 7th election. So this is just kind of the first step in that process. And questions before I start this long task? All right. Ordinance 3293, an ordinance granting to One Gas Inc., acting by and through its Oklahoma Natural Gas Company division and its successors and assigns, for a period of 25 years from approval and acceptance of this ordinance, a non-exclusive franchise and right to enter into the public ways to install, operate, and maintain a distribution system within, along, across, over, and under the public ways of the city of Stillwater, Oklahoma, for the transportation, distribution, and/or sale of gas to consumers and the public generally in the city, defining the words and phrases therein, providing for assignment, sale, or lease of the franchise, providing that the city may enact an ordinance charging persons transporting gas through the grantee's distribution system a fee on the calculated value of such transported gas, providing for use and repair of the public ways, providing for regulation of service, establishing depth of pipelines, establishing rights and duties in the movement and alteration of pipelines, providing for indemnification of the city of Stillwater, providing for grantees' rules and regulations, providing for inspection of grantees' records, requiring grantee to pay franchise fee and other compensation and the conditions of such payment, providing for a right of first refusal upon sale of the distribution system, providing for the time for performance by grantee, providing for recovery of attorney's fees, providing for conditions of the franchise, providing for termination of the franchise upon breach of certain provisions, providing for construction of this ordinance upon the invalidity of any part thereof, providing for the submission of this ordinance to an election of the qualified voters of the city, providing for acceptance of this franchise by grantee and both an effective and operative date thereof, superseding ordinance number 2369, and providing for severability of the provisions and the applicability of headings.
So in a nutshell, this is saying we're going to pass an ordinance and we're going to pass a resolution establishing an election, and then the people will vote to either grant the franchise to One Oak or not. Is that?
That is correct.
Okay.
I so move. Second.
Motion second on this ordinance, first reading?
Mayor Bartley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Noble?
Yes.
Counselor Darlington?
Yes.
Counselor Nahara?
Yes.
5-0.
Approved 5-0. Take us down to ordinance 3288 on second reading.
An ordinance closing a utility easement at property addressed as 711 West 4th Avenue and 402 South Hester Street.
Any questions on that?
I move approval.
Second.
Motion a second on ordinance 3288.
Mayor Bartley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Noble?
Yes.
Counselor Darlington?
Yes.
Counselor Nahara?
Yes.
5-0.
That's also approved 5-0. Take us to ordinance 3289.
An ordinance rezoning a tract of land commonly known as the Lakeview Ridge Edition, first, second section, third section, and fourth section from RTM two-family and multifamily residential district to RSS small lot single-family residential district.
Any questions? Is there a motion on this ordinance?
Motion to approve?
Second.
A motion and a second to approve ordinance 3289.
Mayor Bartley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Noble?
Yes.
Counselor Darlington?
Yes.
Counselor Nahara?
Yes.
That's also approved 5-0. And now ordinance 3290.
An ordinance rezoning attractive land located at 2123 West 12th Avenue from RSS Small Lot Single Family Residential District and A Agriculture District to RSS Small Lot Single Family Residential District.
Questions?
Yes, sir. Move to approve?
Second?
Motion and a second on this ordinance.
Mayor Bartley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Noble?
Yes.
Counselor Darlington?
Yes.
Counselor Nahara?
Yes.
That's approved 5-0. Now ordinance 3291.
An ordinance rezoning attractive land located at 101 North Jardeau Road from RSS Small Lot Single Family Residential District and A Agriculture District to RSS Small Lot Single Family Residential District.
Any questions on ordinance 3291?
Move to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve ordinance 3291.
Mayor Bartley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Noble?
Yes.
Counselor Darlington?
Yes.
Counselor Nahara?
Yes.
That's also approved 5-0. And now our last ordinance of the evening, 3292.
An ordinance rezoning attractive land located at 202 South Brush Creek Road from RSS Small Lot Single Family Residential District to A Agriculture District.
Move approval.
Second?
Motion and second on ordinance 3292.
Mayor Bartley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Noble?
Yes.
Counselor Darlington?
Yes.
Counselor Nahara?
Yes.
5-0.
That's also approved 5-0. It's going to take us down to reports from officers and boards. Mr. Dorman, do you have anything for us?
Nothing else to report, sir.
Okay. Mr. Galloway?
Well, just to say that I'm glad we got through the holiday schedule. It's an interesting schedule around the city hall, closing and opening during the week. But hopefully everyone had a good holiday, and we're going to celebrate a good new year. We don't have a CETA meeting tonight, Economic Development Authority, but have one later in the month. Just to mention to you, we did get 3 proposals from development firms regarding our downtown project. I'm going to do a thorough staff review of them, make notes, do background checks, and I'll send copies of those to all of the CETA members, and then you'll be able to evaluate them as a group, and we'll decide a schedule for interviewing and discussing with those developers. So I was excited, 3 good-looking proposals, and very, very, very much interest in developing in Stillwater.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Anything else?
That's all.
Okay.
Had a good trip out to the Phoenix area, went to the bowl game, came back with a victory for
We
OSU.
appreciate you bringing back that victory. We do.
Had a good time. It was good to get away for a few days.
That wasn't you that ran the ball at the end, was it? He's a lot bigger than you. He's a lot bigger than you.
I was cheering for him.
Okay. All right. Anything from counselors?
Just wanted to check on you with the request to give us some options on the drilling issue next to neighborhoods.
Yes, we're working on that. I met with the Land Development Committee just before Christmas, and we went over a few things. We are currently reviewing some ordinances from other Oklahoma cities.
Good.
And looking at a couple of Texas ordinances, and I hope to have something for the LDC probably mid-month, and hopefully for the council by the 22nd. We do have a minor zoning change that will be coming before the council on the 22nd that pertains to agriculture zoning and drilling in A-zone properties. And we will present that night, and then hopefully you will also see a little bit larger package too, and some options so that you can tell us which way you want to go.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And that planning commission's taking that up tomorrow night?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody have anything else?
I just wanted to say how much I'm looking forward to the, our discussion of the Quality of Life Committee kind of resolution at the study session on the 26th.
Yep, 26th. Talk about that, and then also the overall communication aspects of it.
Absolutely. That is a huge part of it.
I encourage public participation, they can come and hear on that night?
Study session, certainly.
Study session?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also look forward to this.
Thank you. Thank you.
I forgot to look up who has radio tomorrow.
I do.
You have radio tomorrow.
already know.
Okay. Counselor Noble will be on the radio tomorrow, 8:15 KSPI, 7:80 a.m., and then I'll be on, it'll actually be 7:30 Wednesday on Triple Play. So it'll be good. Also Wednesday morning, Chief Bradley and I will be on TV 31. So that'll be good. Be talking fire department stuff. It'll be good. Okay. Anything for upcoming meetings? We've already talked about study session coming up. Anything else? Okay. I failed to say at the top of the meeting that our Stillwater Economic Development Authority meeting is canceled and our Stillwater Utility Authority meeting is canceled. So those meetings will not be happening. So with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mayor Bartley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Noble?
Yes.
Counselor Darlington?
Yes.
Counselor
Yes.
Nahara?
Approved 5-0. We are adjourned.